recognize some people. First of all, thanks for everybody that's showing up today. It's been a month since we practiced, and we'll see what we remember. But there's several individuals. Frank and Linda came in from Rolla again. You know, it's about 3 or 4 hour drive. Appreciate it. Yay! Steve Delarenzi and Debbie, they've been working a lot on the uniforms and done a great job. And Steve's gone and signed for all these weapons that we're using, and we appreciate that effort. Yep. And Chris helped too. Who else? I want to thank Dennis Large for bringing John Pelham, who came in from Las Vegas. Yo! And who else? We're going to get to you guys here in a minute. And Bob Mackin came in from Virginia. So we got him from both coasts, and we appreciate the effort. Yeah. And there's 2 guys up here I want to thank. John Burkett has had about 2 hours of sleep in the last 48 hours. And he's not going to get to sleep till tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So he's a man. He's Mark was saying maybe that'll bring him down to our level today.
What scares me is he's across from me on the flying ride.
And Rich Cooper Ryder couldn't make it last practice, and his wife's been ill, and hopefully she's on the road to recovery. And I want to thank you for coming down today. Yeah. And last but not least, Ross Taggart, as you all know, has been working very, very hard. In fact, I'd like him to come up and take some recognition. Ross is the one that made these badges. Badges! Get up here. Oh man. Sorry, we had to get you. Anyway, Ross really has done an awful lot of work behind the scenes. Probably me and one other person really realize what Ross has done, and all your efforts are greatly appreciated, Ross.
You'll pay.
And Ross said if you don't want to wear these at practice, you just stick them on that rack, and he just bring the rack back and forth to practice. But I thought this was a good idea. This will give us some special recognition at homecoming. So that was the whole intent, to make these up. And Ross has also made them up for some of the wives and girlfriends, and I think he got some for the Butherises and my folks. And I wasn't going there. Even Chris got one.
We didn't know how to recognize the chief of staff.
All the football team will have one.
Yeah.
When we find out who they are.
Okay. I got a few administrative things we got to talk about. Harry Knickerbocker III he graduated in '66. He's the chairman of the 2000 effort, and I'm going to say this one time, and that's the last you'll hear from me about it. The charge or the fee that's going on at homecoming, if you pay by July 4th, it's $85. If you pay after July 4th, it jumps up to $100. So that's all I want to say. Do you want to say anything about it?
July 4th. Is that for lodging?
July 4th.
Has to be.
No, that's for the.
July 4th.
Why don't you explain what the fees are going to cover?
It covers all your meals on campus, all the receptions off campus, the homes tours, your package, registration package that includes a hat, another great big long badge, identification badge, plus some other additional goodies that are in that, and that way you can get into everything and anything that entire weekend. Shuttle service, because there won't be any parking close to the campus. Also, the additional costs of food and administrative, things of that nature. Most of your places, it's about twice that amount for about half of what you're getting for it.
How many meals does that include?
That includes
just say 5.
5, if not 6.
Plus midnight snacks.
Could be. There'll be some of us that'll probably still be wandering around underneath the bleachers trying to find our way out. You know, at midnight.
Anyway,
One of those weekends.
the long and short of it is if you pay, you can save $15 by paying early, okay? That's all I want to say about it. The practice schedule, I've got extra copies if you need one. I don't know if everybody's here when we passed one out. What I'd like to do, if it's okay with everybody, the first weekend in August is the alumni work weekend, and that's the one we really need to try and push and everybody get here. We've set it up for a practice before that weekend, and I'd like to cancel that one if that's all right. So that way we won't be here back to back again. So is that okay with everybody? July 29th. Is that okay with everybody? We just do away with that practice?
Yeah, is there gonna be a place for us to stay down here, or are we driving back and forth? For the alumni weekend.
Talk to us about the alumni weekend. Real quick though,
I'm hurrying.
July 29th.
29th canceled. Okay. Alumni Work Weekend was started approximately seven years ago by a group of us alumni that got together and said, we'd like to do something for the school. And so guys came in and we have painted, we have moved this, that, and so forth. Guys stay on campus. We eat on campus.
So we stay in the barracks? There was a question we had.
Yeah, stay in the barracks.
All my old room.
My own room. Right where it's at.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll talk room placements later. But anyway, during that time, we have painted in the field house, we've painted classrooms, we've done yard work, just all kinds of things to help the school in the sense that they need extra bodies. And it also gives us a time, like now, to get together and enjoy everybody's camaraderie. We will start Friday afternoon, and we will go Friday afternoon. We'll go all day Saturday. Saturday evening, we'll probably have a barbecue, and all if I can get the guy to fix the ribs again like he did last year. And then Sunday until you have to disperse. During that time, too, we will have practice, because normally we have about 12, 15 alums that come in, so we can be working on some projects, practicing, they can be working on some projects, and I'm sure the school would extremely appreciate it because of the homecoming situation, and we're going to have to try to get as many things spiffied as we can.
Thank
And
you.
I'm your taskmaster for
You
that.
did, oh
I
man.
want to ask one other question on the homecoming issue. Now, say there are those that can't only make one day's event. Is there any prorated program for
I
that?
have no idea on that. Norma and the alumni or something.
I just want to go practice. Yeah, when he comes back. We'll do the badge thing when he comes back again. We're going to do the badge. There was scheduled, so never mind.
Well, I was kind of wondering.
When is the next practice?
Because I know that
24th of this month? 24th of this month.
it's usually the second thing we go in.
Yeah, the other one a long time ago.
32nd of July. You have that scheduled on the 32nd of July?
32nd of July is canceled. It's canceled. Okay, also on the Wentworth webpage, the Honor Guard site, there's 3 people that have sent in memories, and just for comparison, the band has their site, they have 54 people, so I encourage everybody to write in and get some memories on there. It looks like we don't have a whole lot of involvement when we really do.
Yeah, but they always had to blow their own horn.
That's not all they...
That's good. I like that.
Chris, do you know who won the FETRO award this last go-round? At commencement? I was going to ask you earlier.
I go to my office and I think
That's all right.
one of the kids that marches with us.
Okay, all right. Will you bring the uniform over? Okay, I don't know how many of you realize that the Don Fetro Award is given annually to the most outstanding Honor Guard cadet. We don't know who won this year, but we're going to get more and more involved in that on a yearly basis.
I reserve the next one also.
This, the Don Fetro family, I've been in touch with them. This is his uniform from 1950, and they sent it, and we're going to stick it in the display case. Now, there's some things that need a little repair, but it's in remarkably good shape. But this is a real piece of history that we can put in that case. White gloves are in there.
In the pocket.
Yeah. He even had his white gloves still. They're a little yellowed, but we'll get a name tag and a whistle, and then we're going to have a uniform restoration company fix it up for us. And, yeah, so we're missing some brass. And anyway, I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing that. While I'm thinking about it, here, pull back. Pull. There you go. Some of you have seen this. We've had a company in Kansas City design the display case, so I'm going to pass this around for everybody to see. Some of you have seen it. If you have, kind of pass it on around. You guys have seen it. Yeah, pass it that way. Now the pink and blue boxes represent trophies. We couldn't draw them in there, but I think you'll like what you see. I've also been informed that the United States Marine Corps drill team, the silent drill, these are professionals, they're going to be in Salina, Kansas on July 29th. So if, 22nd, I got July 29th on the brain. Which is really...
8 in the evening.
Huh?
8 in the evening.
8 in the evening. So we'll put more information out about that. That'd be great. I'd love to see you. Okay. Also, Kim, why don't you come down here? Will you bring that picture down, please? Will you get those flags out for me?
You got a schedule on there?
Yeah. I need more hands. Thanks. Just stand right up here.
You know, it'd be neat work to put the
Yeah, it'd be slick. I'd love to see
We live in Gardner. You can just detour in and have coffee.
When we first started meeting, we talked about the old Honor Guard flag. And can somebody else come up and help me with this? This thing, we don't know who made it, and we don't know how many years it was in service, but obviously a long time. It's pretty ripped up, but that's going in the display case. And Steve Denton took on the task of finding someone to make us a brand new, just keep holding it if you would, a brand new flag. And Chris, will you bring it over?
Right.
Yeah. 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 Just keep holding it if you would. The difference between that one and this one is we know who made this. Kim's mother made this for us. Okay? Yeah. And I'm going to pass around a card, and I'd like us all, there's a thank you card to her for doing this. And we want to take a picture before we leave today of all of us with the flag, and we're going to send it to her.
I can tell you.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, very to us, mother.
No kidding. Let me get that information.
I don't know what her name is.
Okay.
I just know it's here.
Okay. That's good to know.
She answered.
Yes. Now, we have a picture of Kim's mom. I want to pass it around with the card so you can see who made this.
She's short.
Okay. Thank you very much.
These short people do good
Hold
work.
it up high in the picture so she can see it.
Can you do me a favor? Will you, as it gets signed, will you go ahead and just keep it with this? Okay. Thank you. This thing, let me explain what we're going to do with these flags. Come up a little closer. not that close.
Chris is almost as tall as O'Brien.
Okay, here's what's happening. Friday night, when we come into March for the first time, you okay? When we come into March in front of the Corps and all the alumni, we will be marching under this flag. This will be the last time anybody marches under this particular flag, and we will request permission at the end to have this retired and present this to the school for the future generations of cadets to march under. So it's going to be a very emotional moment, and we're going to make it very special. So anyway, okay, I guess you guys can do your thing there. Thank you. You are not to leave today under strict, severe punishment without getting Steve DeLorenzi your measurements for the uniforms. Do not leave. He will hunt you down, and he's got a weapon over there. Also, one last thing that I had before we have questions. We had an idea of putting a little time capsule in the new display case. So if you have things, ideas, that I'd like to put a picture of Kim's mother in there with all of us, with the flag and who made it and when and that kind of thing. Bob Mackin said he's going to bring a handkerchief and wipe the sweat off his brow and put it in there, and so on and so forth.
You know they're not going to put me in it.
So anyway,
I gotta pay for it. We can use my earwax to seal it.
earwax to seal. I mean, it's personal. It's a personal touch. Okay, does anybody have any questions before we go? I would like to see John Burkett and Mark Butheris and Frank sometime before we leave today as a group.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, quick.
The point of interest was brought up today, and it really got me thinking. If we're coming back, according to SOP, we're supposed to have the same rank as a member of the Corps, because we should be able to walk in uniform and be able to handle the salutes without having to fake it. So according to SOP doctrine, whether it's United States onshore, CONUS, or offshore NATO command, if you are temporary duty assigned as a marching entity, you're supposed to have a communication sent out to give it rank, either enlisted or an officer rank, so people can do accordingly. As members of the Cadet Corps that weekend, we need to come up and think about it, because we are an official marching entity.
Good point.
Marching entity.
Okay, well, we'll get that word to the Corps. Good one. Anybody else, Dave?
Now, is there any interest in a custom belt buckle?
Oh, I don't know. Good question. Dave's asking a question. Do we have any interest in the custom belt buckle that Dave can get? You guys?
Dave's been sending me stuff. We need to come up with an idea today. I mean, we need a decision if we're going to go, because Dave needs to get the order in. We talked about doing it for those that are here, also possibly using them as a fundraiser for those that are returning. The difference going to the alumni, or however we want to designate the difference between that if we increase the price for the other ones coming back. It does get the ones coming back who are not part of the March of 16 or this organization another way to be identified besides the badges and as members of the bar. And so I think what we need to do before we finish today is also make a decision.
Okay, let's practice. Oh, yeah. They've got some kind of design.
Something we need to make a determination because time's getting close.
Yeah, it's a traditional military style red buckle made by Zippo Manufacturing, and it's brass with a nickel plate, and they can do a full color, 2 or 3 color process, like the engine with the color control,
I think what we need to do is think about it, and then the last admin break, before we break up, we need to make that decision. Sometime today. As far as uniform size in the breaks, you'll get with me during the breaks and get all the sizes put up.
Okay, anything else?
You know what the price?
We gotta get to drilling. We're wasting too much time. Let's go. Love you. Okay, I believe we're in.
Alright.
Yo, Steve,
Come on!
grab a broom or something.
Triple time.
Let's see.
Grab your broom.
You want to go on? Hey, go up to third squad leader position, would you? Yeah.
We have high expectations of our squad leader, Steve.
How does this go?
Yeah, well, we can just...
I'll just say badges, and we'll all just say badges. Before we get started, while he's getting his weapon, I want to thank Ross once again for these badges. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges! Okay, now you're officially on tape and on. Okay, well let's start this bad boy. Well, I'll talk you through what I know, John. Dave, it's you and me again, man. They don't have any slings, just grab one.